How we doing, Nation? John here. Thank you very much, as always, for being here, hitting subscribe, all that YouTubey stuff. It is truly appreciated. Helps the channel grow. Thank you to Rosanna, ma'am. You know why. And now you have me thinking about that classic Toto song. I love it, but I'm gonna be humming it all day. I don't know all the words. Anyway, another day, another cup of coffee. Another conspiracy theory proven true. Of course, I'm talking about the incident yesterday in New York City. It went down in Chinatown. There was a Chinese police station that was operating. It was fully operational. The FBI apparently had been investigating this for a long while. There's some glaring problems with the official release put out by the FBI. We're going to chat about that this morning. But man, another conspiracy theory proven true. Do y'all ever get tired? You folks, I know there's some of you out there that are in the same boat I am. Every time I mention a conspiracy theory, you always have that crowd. Oh, come on, man. Come on. You every single day it's a rabbit hole. Not everything's a conspiracy. Come on, this is the United States of America. Every single time I talk about anything controversial, anything that is conspiracy related, people think I'm just making it up. Just pulling it out of thin air like I do 2030, right? But no, this was proven true yesterday. So haters, where you at, son? This is according to the official FBI press release. The numbers may have changed since yesterday, but officially, 30 officers of China's National Police Force were taken into custody, along with 2 New York residents. So this is glaring issue number 1. Let me go back and read that again and see if you pick up on this. 30 officers of China's National Police Force were taken into custody, along with 2 New York residents. So 32 people taken into custody. Only 2 of them were even supposed to be here. 30 of them were here illegally. What a shocker. Color me shocked. We'll get into the border discussion here in a minute, but it's a classic case of we told you so. I can't even take the credit for this. All right. People call me conspiracy theory or whatever, but I actually first heard about this in the preppernation chat. People were like, John, the Chinese are operating police stations. I said, there's no way. I started digging around. I said, seems to be, no pun intended here, Amelia. There seems to be a lot of smoke here, son. A lot of smoke. There might be something to this. And I mentioned it, and of course, you get all of the hateful comments and things. They were operating, and again, this is official statement stuff, an undeclared Chinese police station in New York City. And they were also charged. They were charged for that, and which doesn't have a lot of time in jail, to be honest with you, but also tampering and destroying evidence and, getting in the way of an investigation. So all kinds of holes in this story. What does an undeclared Chinese police station in America actually mean? Does that mean if they said, hey, if they call 911 and they said, hey, son, we're down here running a Chinese police station, we're declaring it. Is this a case for you Office fans where they run outside at the top of their lungs and they yell, I declare we are a Chinese police station? Does that get them off the hook? Should it not be illegal, period, declared or otherwise, that a Chinese police station is operating within the United States? This should be highly illegal. I don't know how the legal framework, is around this, but this is a problem. Okay. And then another problem with this entire statement is the fact that the bigger charge is them tampering and destroying evidence prior to being arrested. This tells me someone in the FBI let them know the FBI was coming because they were under investigation for several months. They found out, hey, they're getting ready to come put us in handcuffs. And then when the FBI gets there, tons of information and evidence completely destroyed. Clinton style. You know what I'm saying? What servers? We've been using these as coasters. There's nothing on these, man. Wiped totally clean, stuff burning in trash cans, that sort of thing. So the FBI, someone within the FBI, is totally compromised. We have Chinese police in New York City, and to be quite frank, they're probably in other cities. I'm looking at you, Seattle and Portland. A lot of Chinese nationals coming across the border there as well. What were they doing there? So the FBI calls this is Captain Obvious stuff, but they said this is a significant national security matter. That's a direct quote from the FBI. No kidding. A significant national security matter. You don't say. No kidding. The Chinese have police officers here. What were they doing here? All the FBI knows at this point, because everything else was destroyed, they were trying to identify pro-democracy and pro-constitutional Americans. Now, it is believed that they were specifically in New York City targeting Chinese Americans, but they're still Americans. They're here legally. They have the same rights that we do. And they were being targeted, and some bad things were going on. Shakedowns and things like this, but good luck proving that in court, because again, an informant somewhere tipped them off prior to. We have no idea. They might have been watching the channel saying preppernation no good. We got to put this guy on a list. We got to put people in his chat on a list. Whatever. You get what I'm saying. Pro-democracy citizens, that if you're pro-democracy or pro-constitution, you're the enemy. I had someone awesome, you know who you are, send me this shirt. And I think it applies to the conversation this morning. Can y'all see that? If you're speaking the truth in 2023, you're the enemy. All right? And look, there's some dumb people out there. I know these people are out there. And if this applies to you, I'm sorry. I'm not doing this out of malice, but there are some really, really unintelligent people out there. You're going to have people, and it's not specifically, I guess, on the extreme left, but there are a lot of them that hang out in those, those areas and things, those sketchy Starbucks or whatever. But these are the kind of people that are still yelling Russia, 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 Russia over and over. And I'm not taking up for Russia. I'm not saying they're the greatest thing or anything like that. I don't really care about them. They're not even on this continent, okay? What I care about is the United States of America. I watched during the pandemic, and I watched a lot of our law enforcement begin to act like Chinese police. Just stripping people's rights away wholesale, dragging them off, arresting them without cause, finding people without cause, shutting down businesses unconstitutionally, the whole 9 yards. I see the corruption in our government. It's there, folks. I'm sorry. If you're one of these people, I'm not going to look. The corruption doesn't go away. It's still there. Major corruption in our own government. Money laundering in our own government. And now we have the Chinese setting up police stations in our country. And you still have this crowd over here. Russia, 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 Russia. They're going to be scrawling Russia, Russia, Russia on the inside of Chinese jail cells. This is how dumb these people are. The Chinese are going to arrest them at some point in their own country. And they're still going to, they hate Russia so much because they hate Trump. And they make the connection. And they've been gaslit. And they think Trump is on the payroll. Russia, 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 orange man bad. It's ridiculous. The irony here, there's so much irony, but the irony here is this took place in New York City, where they have been defunding the police. Think about how stupid that is for just a second. Okay, We're in the United States of America, in one of our supposedly greatest cities of our nation. Our own nation and our own government is defunding police in this city. And the Chinese, which are on a different continent altogether, they are funding police in New York City. They're funding cops in New York City. And we still have people out here holding up signs that they made out of Dollar Tree material, defund the police. Start with the Chinese police. Defund them first. Are you kidding me right now? How bad does somebody have to be intellectually to be this gaslit? To have, it's insane to me. And then the border. And this is a whole new set of problems here because, of course, we have no real border at the southern border. But y'all called it, for what it was a month or so ago, month and a half maybe. I don't remember exactly, but I remember y'all bringing it up in chat. You said, John, there's a lot of Chinese nationals showing up at our southern border. We need to chat about that. I tried to have the chat. People are like, you're racist, dude. Quit being mean to the Chinese that are trying to sneak into our country. They point to the Statue of Liberty. It says, bring us your huddled masses. These are undercover police officers working for a foreign government that we are getting ready to go to war with. Can we please, at the very least, stop these people at the border, vet them, find out who they are, get a little backstory on them, and then consider it. We again, it's time to stop being nice. We keep getting lured in with this mainstream media and this narrative. Legacy media is more appropriate now. Nobody really cares about mainstream media anymore. They're legacy at this point. They're like, not to ramble, but they're like the old Dish Network receivers that nobody uses anymore. But I digress. Legacy media. They continue with this narrative. Oh, it's just a husband and a wife, and they're looking for a job, and they got 19 kids in tow, and they're starving. They haven't had anything but grits to eat in the past 4 weeks. We have to help these people. But that's not what's happening. Fighting age men are coming here. And the number of Chinese fighting age men has multiplied to the point that it's ludicrous. We are being invaded at our border. We are being taken over Trojan horse style. And our government is allowing this to happen. So I don't know. I'll close by saying this, okay? And it's kind of tying different things together, but whatever. It makes sense to me in my demented head here, son. We're seeing citizens dragged out of their cars. In cities. We were just talking about Chicago. Chicago's not the only place dealing with this kind of stuff. People are getting dragged out of their cars. They're getting beat down. We see home invasions up. Crime is soaring. Now we have Chinese police officers working within our own country when we can't even fund our own police because it's racist or whatever. Why is the government coming after people that are pro-Second Amendment? You would think all of the stuff I just listed would be a recipe for owning a firearm to protect yourself and your family, because God knows the real police, not the Chinese police, the real ones, they're understaffed. They can't protect you. And in some cities, they don't even want to protect you. Own a firearm. Own multiple firearms. Stack ammo. Understand the government is, they're trying to break it off in us, son. They're coming after the wrong people here. And I think that that's probably by design. Anyway, rant is over. I appreciate everybody being here for this. Have no idea when this video is going to drop. Sometime this afternoon / evening. But anyway, until next time, y'all take care. God bless.